Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliana. Yes, it's been 2 to 3 weeks now, I'm not sure, since I filmed the last video. I know I haven't said anything in the community tab or in my Instagram or wherever social media out there, or at least that I'm in, but as I was talking to Jay the other day, well, I have some news again. I have told you that I would be starting part-time job, but well, updates. Last week I started another part-time, so now I have, my schedule is something like I have 9 to 1 o'clock, so 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then at the end of the afternoon like 6:30 p.m. to midnight, and then I have a gap in the afternoon when I can prepare for the next day, the materials and wherever. So yeah, it's been a challenge. I'm still adapting, so and adjusting and all that. And well, as I was telling Jay again, hi Jay, I haven't really been reading, at least like fiction or literature in terms of fiction. Yeah, fiction. I don't know where I was going at, but you know, so I have been reading more technical books and more articles and so on. So, you know, and of course I have been more hands-on, the work I have to do to prepare for my day at work. So I have to prepare some things, and well, it takes time because I have to think about them or about it and then do it. You know, make the material, or the materials. So yeah, I have been a bit overwhelmed, and well, that's it. I don't want to get on with it too much. It is what it is, and again, as always, I can promise you regularity from now on, because here on YouTube, because you know, the times are being a bit challenging. But today, as promised, I come here with a purchase that I did about the time of my birthday, that I was talking to you about, that I even supposedly bought a book about music and so on. Well, guess what? It was sold out, okay? So they returned the money to me, whatever. Then because of it, I researched another option, but of course I didn't buy it because well, it was very how can I say it? It was more expensive than the first option that I saw and that I was waiting for to be delivered. But then again, it didn't happen, so there we go. It didn't come to fruition, but so I did end up with 2 books in my house that I'm going to show you. And then this third one, it was a gift. Yeah, it was a gift from a friend, because we have been talking about this author in particular for quite a while, and she wanted me to read it, this book in particular, this title in particular, because I was saying to her, oh, I wanted something light, something romantic, something that would grip me, but I didn't want like a, how can I explain it and not be prejudiced? This will come out a bit snob, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't want a popcorn rom-com. You know, I wanted something more slow burn, something more paced. You know what I mean? I'm hoping so. Don't get me wrong, nothing against fast reads, and because sometimes we need that. I'm not saying the contrary, but for this time I wanted a bit of a slow motion, slow paced but gripping at the same time, you know, a combo. But okay, so the first two books that came in the purchase that I did around my birthday. So the first book was a reference of a Portuguese author that he's very knowledgeable about the Portuguese language. He was taking a trip. I think it was a job trip, if I'm not mistaken, to China. He was there, I think, to a conference or something. I think he was not host, but palestrante, como é que se diz? He was invited to talk about a topic, if I'm not mistaken, or he was there to watch or see, to assist the conference, something surrounding that. And so the title is Kingdom of Characters, a tale of language, obsession, and genius in modern China by Qing Tzu. So this one right here, as you can see, so Qing Tzu, I supposing is this woman right here. And so here from Sunday Times it says, this enchanting book tells the story of modern Chinese and the revolution that brought this intricate and arcane script into modern era. Tzu's love for the enigma and beauty of Chinese shines through in this delightful mix of history and linguistics, a pleasure to read. And then another blurb from The Guardian, a lively chronicle of the inventors who gave their all to make the Chinese script compatible with modern life. Tzu introduces us to a tumultuous century and the colorful cast of human characters. Human in brackets. So yeah, I think, of course, this is about language, as because of the person that recommend this book, or at least reference this book, is very interested in language. So of course it will be related to something about that. In this case, I think this is about how they were able to transform the Chinese characters. Is that how you call it? I hope so. To the computer. I think that's the big picture is something surrounding that. And I found this topic very interesting, and yeah, right here. Then the other one, it's a fiction book by Zora Neale Hurston, and the title is Their Eyes Were Watching God. So here it is. And it says that this is introduced by Zadie Smith. let me check if okay. So the author is right here, as you can see. It's curious because I'm not sure if I have heard about Zora Neale Hurston before a few months ago. Although the title Their Eyes Were Watching God, it's somewhat familiar, but I saw not a review, it was more like a comment, or I was looking for a book and then I came across this one somehow, and I found some commentaries about the writing, the writing style, should I say, of this author to be very beautiful, and I became very interested. And of course, it's also a way for me to practice my English. That is something that I've talked about before, and I wanted to invest, well, not right now, right? But when I can in the future, we shall see. I want to invest in, when I buy books, for them to be in English, mainly if their original written language is already English. So, if, for instance, they are German or they are written in German or something like that, perhaps I will choose Portuguese translations if they are available. But if the original is in English, I'm making an effort to buy in English, to read the original text. So this is one of those cases. Just let me check if there's some information. Okay, so when at 16, Janie is caught kissing shiftless Johnny Taylor, her grandmother swiftly marries her off to an old man with 60 acres. Janie endures 2 stifling marriages before she finally meets the man of her dreams, who offers not diamonds but a packet of flowering seeds. So, Zadie Smith says, one of the very greatest American novels of the 20th century. It is so lyrical it should be sentimental. It is so passionate it should be overwrought. But it is instead a rigorous, convincing, and dazzling piece of prose, as emotionally satisfying as it is impressive. There is no novel I love more. Toni Morrison, one of the greatest writers of our time. Alice Walker, there is no book more important to me than this one. It speaks to me as no novel, past or present, has ever done. So the story, seems like commonplace, but I'm supposing, for at least from the comments that I read about this book, that the major thing about this story is the writing style, and I love when a story is well written. So I'm really eager to have time to read this one. And so finally, the book that was gifted to me. So for you to know, my friend bought it in secondhand to be more cheaper, and it is in English because I talked to her about the same thing. If it's the original language is in English, please offer me an English edition, so on and so forth, the drill. And so this will not be a surprise to you, I guess, because maybe you have heard about this author many times, or you have seen her around the romance category at the top. So I'm talking about Mariana Zapata, and the book that I'm talking about is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. So this one. So my friend talks very well about this book, and she says is a slow burn, a slow romance. It's not like a first meeting and right after fell in love or fall in love or something like that. It's not that type of thing at all. And yes, I heard many people talking about this one, and when she gave it to me, I was like, yeah, maybe I will get entertained. I'm looking, or I'm after something a bit more relaxed and more, I don't know, not to think so much, you know? Don't judge me, okay? Sometimes we all need that. And the romance sometimes does well to the soul. I think, at least. So yeah, this one right here, I don't know. I think by the cover, I suppose the main male character is a football player, I suppose. Vanessa Mazur knows she's doing the right thing. She shouldn't feel bad for quitting. Being an assistant housekeeper, fairy godmother to the top defensive end in the national football organization was always supposed to be temporary. She has plans, and none of them include washing extra large underwear longer than necessary. But when Aidan Graves shows up at her door, wanting her to come back, she's beyond shocked. For 2 years, the man known as the Wall of Winnipeg couldn't find it in him to tell her good morning or congratulate her on her birthday. Now, he's asking for the unthinkable. What do you say to the man who is used to getting everything he wants? Okay. Yeah, it seems to me that it will be a more light reading, more like to entertain me and have something to read, but not really think about it and have fun, you know? Sometimes I was looking for that, having fun, just because. And yeah. So these 3 books. So I had the idea of making myself the A3 posters to hang right behind me. You know, instead of buying them, drawing and painting by myself, you know, and showing you the process. But yet again, something came up and the plans got by the side, and in a second plan, or a second, how can I say it? I don't know, you get me. But I had some ideas because, well, some inspirations, I should say. I will try to do that, hopefully, I don't know, some weekend when I have more time. This weekend I'm working at night, which is meh. But you know, something had to happen, and it was a long time coming. Yeah, let me know if you have read some of them, what you think, if you got interested in some of them, if you haven't read yet. Let me know, you know, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are you having big changes in your life? Are you passing through a phase of adjustment and adaptations to a new job, to a new city, to a new relationship even? I don't know. You don't have to be specific or give details, but you may say something about how do you process things, how do you deal with changes or new. Give me some tips. Yeah, I'm needing them. So there you go. I see you on the next one. Bye.